Hi, this is Piero, Technical Director of SecPoint, introducing firmware 64 of the protector. On this version of the protector, we have created a new feature, the Safe DNS Server. When this service is enabled, it serves as a normal DNS server for the network behind the protector. However, in conjunction with the web filter and the application block, it can be used to block access to specific domains or applications. To enable the DNS server, open the menu Safe DNS Server and in the Service tab, click to enable the service. The service doesn't have any configuration parameters. The current status of the DNS server can also be seen on the home page and can also be seen on the system status. Now let's see how to use it as a safe DNS server. To block access to a domain, the safe DNS server makes use of the default filter of the web filters block list. It can block access to domains regardless if the web filter is active or not. To add domains to the block list, open menu Web Filter Setup and in the default filter click on Block List. Here you can enter domains or even include subdomains by using an asterisk. Access to domains is blocked at the DNS level, which means that the protector will refuse to resolve the blocked domains names to IP addresses. For this reason, this method cannot be used to block access to IP addresses. It's important to note that when the service is active, the protector will block access to other DNS servers. Therefore, if a DHCP server on the network behind the protector is configured to assign a DNS server other than the protector's IP address, all the devices in that network won't be able to resolve domain names to IP addresses. So it's important to remember that when this service has to be used as safe DNS server, it is necessary that all the devices on the network behind the protector are configured to use the protector's IP address as DNS server. When the web filter is also active, the rules for domain blocking are a combination of the existing web filter rules and of the DNS blocking rules, which means that both sets of rules work together to determine which domains are blocked and which are not blocked. The safe DNS server has now a full integration with the application block. This means that the application block will only work properly if the DNS server is active. For example, if we disable the DNS server and we go to see the application block page, we can see a warning telling us that we have to enable the DNS server. The service that can block millions of toxic IPs, which is by default included in the firewall, can now be included in the anti-spam filter as an alternative. When the block is at the firewall level, all the email traffic originating from the toxic IPs is blocked by the protector before reaching the anti-spam filter. Therefore, there won't be any trace of this traffic in the email logs. Now this new option enables to use the block list in the anti-spam filter rather than in the firewall. Therefore, the block will be performed by this filter and the email will be quarantined when originating from a blocked sender. When you change this setting, click OK, and from this moment onwards, the filter will be applied to. This feature can also be activated in the anti-spam listings page. The feature is available in the block listing tab. Here you can choose to include millions of toxic IPs to the anti-spam filter or disable, which means that this filter will be applied to the firewall. If this service has been disabled in the firewall, it cannot be used in the anti-spam filter, and in fact, in this case, the button is disabled. Blocking an email with the MCP filter when the subject is UTF-8 encoded is not easy, because frequently spammers use this technique to insert hidden non-printable characters in the subject to cheat the MCP filter. For example, let's look at this email. In this email, the original subject is UTF-8 encoded, as we can see here. However, the readable subject reads normally, but if we just type this text into the MCP anti-spam filter, the filter will not be able to block this kind of emails because the text that we typed is different from the original text. We can see an example with the search filter of the mail archiver. If we just type verify your phone and we search for this email, the search filter will not retrieve anything because the text that we type is different from the original text. So it is important to remember that when an email contains a UTF-8 encoded subject, it is not enough to just enter the visible text in a search field or in the MCP entry field, because the filter will not find it. So if we want to block this kind of email, we have to copy the text from here and enter the text in the MCP filter entry field. If you want to read more about this firmware, you can download the release notes document from our website. Well, it's all for now. Thank you for watching this video and see you with the next release from SecPoint. Bye bye.